Okay, so when I say the word Afghanistan, what's the first thing that pops into your head? For a lot of us, it's probably years and years of news headlines about conflict. But today, we're going to peel back those headlines and take a look beyond the battlefield.
And that really makes you wonder, is a country, any country, really just defined by its wars? Is that ever the whole story? I don't think so.
Because I have a feeling we're going to find there's so much more just waiting beneath the surface. So let's do it. Let's dive in and discover the true identity of Afghanistan. Together.
All right, first things first, we have to set the stage. That means moving past the 24/7 news cycle for a minute to really get a handle on the basic geography and context of this nation.
So, where in the world are we? Well, Afghanistan is a landlocked nation, meaning it has no coastline. It's smack dab at the crossroads of Central and South Asia. Think about that location, bordering countries like Pakistan and Iran. This spot has historically made it a super important bridge for trade and a real melting pot of cultures.
Now, let's take a step way back in time, because if you really want to understand what's happening today, you absolutely have to appreciate the incredible, deep history of this region.
And what a history it is. We're talking thousands of years. Long before any of the modern conflicts we hear about, this area was a vital hub. It was a crucial link on the legendary Silk Road, the ancient superhighway where silk and spices from the east met new ideas and tech from the west.
This timeline? Wow. It really puts things into perspective, doesn't it? The conflicts we're familiar with are just one relatively recent chapter in a massive story. It all starts with ancient empires thriving on those trade networks. Then you see these waves of powerful influences, from Alexander the Great all the way to the mighty Mughals. The 20th century, though, brought some dramatic changes. The country shifted from a monarchy to a republic, and then came the devastating Soviet invasion and a brutal civil war. That whole turbulent period really set the stage for the political changes that are still happening today.
But, history isn't just about empires and wars. It's about people. So let's turn our focus to the real heart of the nation, its culture. Who are the Afghan people?
Now, this is so important to understand. There's no single Afghan identity. The country is this incredible mosaic of different communities. The largest ethnic group is the Pashtun, but there are also huge populations of Tajiks, Hazaras, Uzbeks, and many others. And they all contribute to the nation's really complex and vibrant fabric.
So what are some of the things that tie these different groups together? Well, there's a deep love for traditional poetry and music. You'll find these absolutely incredible, rich handloom crafts, like hand-woven carpets, and something everyone talks about, a legendary sense of hospitality. The two main languages you'll hear spoken are Dari and Pashto, and each one carries centuries of stories and history with.
Okay, so we've talked about the people. Now let's talk about the land itself. The geography of Afghanistan is honestly every bit as dramatic and complex as its history.
This slide just captures the two sides of the country perfectly. On one hand, you have this really harsh, imposing terrain. I mean, it's dominated by the massive Hindu Kush mountain range, which brings these super severe winters and incredibly dry summers. But then, look at the other side, the hidden beauty. Tucked away inside all that ruggedness are these lush green valleys, peaceful rivers, and ancient historic sites just nestled right into nature. It's a land of really stark, breathtaking contrasts.
All right, now for a few facts that might actually surprise you. Did you know that Afghanistan was once a major global center for Buddhism? It's true. The world-famous Bamiyan Buddhist statues, which were so tragically destroyed back in 2001, were proof of this incredible history. We mentioned poetry before, but it's worth saying again. It has this ancient, profound tradition of poetry and storytelling. And maybe the most important fact of all, the one that gets lost in the headlines, is the unbelievable hope and resilience of its people, who just continue to strive for a peaceful life.
So, after this quick journey, what's the big picture here? What's the main takeaway from all this?
Honestly, this slide says it all. The picture we usually get from the news is so one-dimensional, right? It's just a story of conflict. But the real picture is so much richer, so much more complex. It's a picture of deep history, of diverse cultures, of stunning natural beauty, and above all, of incredibly resilient people.
And that leaves us with one last question to think about. Can any country's true, complex identity ever really be boiled down to a single news story? It's a question worth asking, for sure. Not just about Afghanistan, but about how we see the entire world.